and ready.
Yeah, see, when I was born, I was like, fuck, I'm ready for this
Like,
podcast. And
like
that was 20
DTF?
years ago
Born
today.
ready? Like you're down to fuck? Like straight out the womb or what?
Oh, dude, like, I was born covered in pussy.
You were born covered in pussy, huh?
Yeah, man.
Well, that should be a interesting thing. So, guys, we're gonna be talking about the obvious. This is about Casey and Hillary. You guys, there's some crazy shit that's been going on today. Normally, I don't like to fucking report or do the news or anything like that, but we will talk about it because this is some pretty serious shit. I don't like corrupt individuals. I don't like people who are willing to put their own good morale on the line for the sake of their own financial gains. I don't like any of that shit. That shit pisses me off. And when politics decide, hey, we're going to go ahead and go into YouTube, that is where I am fucking like, I'm at my wit's end right there because this isn't your fucking ABC, Fox News, CNN. This isn't your national television broadcasting station. This is a fucking platform made by people who got tired of that platform being so fucking corrupt. And now here they are on YouTube trying to do the same goddamn thing. Let's discuss this. Rambo, you hit me up with this link. Let's talk about that, shall we? I'll let you go ahead and start first. Then Shaner, then obviously Wrong User. Hello?
Nope. Please tell me you didn't die.
Rambo,
Yeah,
did you hear me?
I couldn't hear you. This thing just kept saying disconnected on me, so I don't know what happened.
He's basically just telling you to start on the Casey and Essay thing.
Yeah, go ahead and go on the Casey. I said.
Oh, we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay, well, sorry about that. I was going back and forth trying to figure out what's going on.
All right, go ahead.
Well, if anybody doesn't know, Casey Neistat is a vlogger. You know, he does really good work. Actually, it was actually kind of depressing to actually have this happen because I watched a lot of his vlogs. However, he came out recently with a video talking about who he's voting for and basically why. And that's kind of how it started, and everything was fine. He said he started out with Hillary Clinton. Everything's perfectly fine with that. No problem at all if you want to vote for Hillary. Big deal. Then he went further to say he's calling out every YouTuber, mainly the large ones with a big audience that reaches like billions of young people a week, and demanding that they either come out in support for Hillary, or if they do not, to have his people harass them until they do.
Wait, that was actually said in the article or something?
Yeah, that was actually said in his video.
Oh wow!
He said that if the large YouTuber does not come out and vote with their video saying that they're voting for Hillary, harass them until they do.
Jesus.
He said it wasn't paid for. That was just his thing. But everybody in America should be voting for Hillary, and he basically demanded everybody vote for Hillary. And so people were leaving comments like crazy, and there's actually a couple of videos out there where, and apparently, Brim, you got yours deleted too. I don't know if I got mine. I'm not going back through the 166,000 comments to find out.
Yeah, my shit's gone. Yeah, no, he deleted my shit like right after I posted
it. He's deleting comments, or he was, I guess. It got too much for him, probably because of the amount of people, the backlash that he got. But he was deleting comments that were not going in his favor because people were calling him out. Apparently, there's actually an article by another video that was out there that showed an article where the Clinton campaign is actually going after YouTubers and stuff to try to pay them to come out and promote Hillary Clinton. His name is actually specifically listed on that piece of paper. To me, it looks like he's more just a corporate shill. He's just one that'll just take money from everybody and I guess anybody. But the facts that he used in the video talking about Trump and why Trump, why Hillary and not Trump, he left out
vague. They're extremely vague.
The only thing he basically said about Trump, he's a megalomaniac that has said some sexist comments, and that he doesn't care about the United States, but Hillary does. And I'm like, wait a minute, what about all this stuff that Hillary's actually been proven to do? She's actually said it herself. He called Trump a racist, but Trump's never called a race a certain whole race a certain thing, but yet she's called them, super predators.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It blew my mind. After that, I unsubbed from them. I was actually looking about possibly doing a response. I'm going to see how much information that I can personally dig up on Casey Neistat and Hillary Clinton's relationship. Because wow, but there's a lot of YouTubers coming out and against him right now. So I'm actually glad to see that they're not falling in line. But a lot of people are coming out against him right now.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about YouTube. Everybody has like different opinions on all that type of shit. If you use it as a platform for your political opinion and bashing people who are opposite of you, you're gonna get some shit. It's on every single platform that you see. Facebook, fucking Reddit, obviously. MySpace was a thing back then, and people got bashed back there.
Well, you should get bashed if you are. I mean, I'm a Trump supporter, but I've never once like degraded or told somebody that they're stupid or whatever because they said they're voting Hillary. Who cares? I don't. That's your own personal opinion, your own personal thought. But once he demanded everybody vote Hillary, and basically, if you don't support Hillary, then you're a bad person or you are a bad American or whatever. That rubbed me the hell the wrong way. That pissed me the hell off.
That really comes back down to like what we talked about the last time I was on, which was Friday. It comes down to like the why are you supporting these specific people without mentioning the other person, like, oh, they're not Trump or they're not Hillary and that type of shit. It's like you're not a good American if you vote Trump, and that's the reason why you're voting Hillary.
And the crazy part about this is everybody's going to sit there and tell people, oh, but you could always vote third party. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would love to vote third party if I knew for a fact that my candidates would get the support they deserve. That is why I don't vote third party, because they don't get the support they deserve. They don't sit there and they don't play into the bullshit that a lot of both these guys play into. And I think right now Trump's the only one that hasn't really played into a whole lot. Yes, he funded 90% of his campaign, right?
Yeah.
And then he started taking donations from people who truly support him, which I think is fine. That's good.
The majority of his donations have actually been $61 and less.
Exactly. So
the rest of it's all been him.
This is why I tell people, if you are serious about this election and if you are truly scared between Trump and Hillary, vote fucking third party. If these people have issues, go third party. I know people don't take third parties seriously, but to sit there and to completely count it out is bullshit. Even though I kind of do myself, because like I said, they don't get the support they deserve.
This is what really sucks about it. Democracy is not really a good system for having more than two parties. It's one against the other with this type of thing. Green Party and all that other type of shit. It would be good if they get elected, but it's never going to happen. It's either you're fucking Republican or you're Democratic, and third party votes never in United States history has actually ever fucking worked. Like you said, if people are really afraid of the two choices, yes, sure, Green Party or any other third party choice would definitely be fucking amazing. But that's sadly not how the American democratic system works.
Well, Solix, chances are the reason why you probably received 3 letters from Trump's campaign asking for money is because they've actually Paul Ryan. What was that? What was that president the Republican that ran last time? Mitt Romney. Yeah. They're actually working with the Republican National Convention to divert money that has actually been raised for the Trump campaign from the Republican National Convention and putting it towards the Congress races and taking it away from Trump. So they're trying to actually effectively hurt Trump from the inside.
It's too late for any of that. It's too late for any type of tampering with anything.
No, they've been doing this, and that's and it's actually just come out in an email showing where it's actually been proven that they are doing it.
Well, you can see how well that's working then.
Well, the thing is, though, is that somebody actually said this whole leaked video on Trump, the Trump tapes, I guess what they're calling them, that Trump actually released them himself in an effort that he actually thought ahead. Released him, knew everybody would be focused on that, but that would allow him to bring up Bill Clinton and what Hillary's role in that was.
genius if that was really
Sure.
the case.
I-
If that's the case, he's done won the election because he's playing everybody for a damn fiddle at that point.
And like,
Playing everybody in the media and the and the other candidate for a damn fiddle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't. It just blows my mind.
So it's
and-
like, sorry, go ahead.
And like at that, like, fuck it. When it comes down to politics, you should really try to worry about local shit more than federal elections and stuff like that. Worry about mayors or people running for Congress or that type
You
of
should
shit.
worry about it all.
Yeah, you
the
should.
The federal shit definitely affects you at the state level.
It definitely does. But if you want something to affect you at the state level, you should vote for your state legislators and stuff like that.
Well, most
Those are the
definitely.
people
that,
who
but
will
I mean,
affect you more first than someone passing a federal law from the courts, because there's still 3 branches of government and everything. It'll have to pass through 2 of them to get to the 3rd one anyways.
Yeah.
not necessarily executive orders.
And then it gets vetoed by Congress and type of
No, can't. The executive orders can't be vetoed by Congress. It has to only be that goes straight. That goes straight to the either straight into law, depending on if it's legit. But if it's in question, it goes to the Supreme Court. And then if the Supreme Court says yes, then it's a law. It doesn't even go through Congress or the House of Representatives.
Okay.
So that's the downside about the executive orders. That's especially with the ones like the
Yeah,
Obama's been signing.
but here's the thing. Well, it's not been a lot though, as far as executive goes. It's
There's not been
like-
a lot.
Not a lot. Not anything
There's
that's not anything that fucking has right now affected me. Here's the thing. You got to remember, each state legislation has to be a
Sex couples,
Mm-hmm.
which affected everybody. That was an executive order. From what because I don't remember Congress voting on that.
Yeah, it was just a state level vote and everything.
No, it wasn't a state level vote.
I remember my parents voting on that type of shit.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
not that-
you might, your parents might have actually had the state that actually voted on it, but here in Oklahoma, we didn't. We never put it to a vote, and
Okay.
and now Oklahoma has to actually support same-sex marriage.
This is what I was trying to say, okay? This is what I'm trying to say. There are times where Obama said this is an executive order where Texas and Arizona both told Obama to go fuck himself. Straight up. And Obama has gone as far as try to threaten federal fundings for education programs in both of our
Right.
states. And guess what? They still said go fuck himself. So you could fight for your fucking rights regardless of what Obama says. He's not your emperor. He's not your fucking king.
It all just depends on what state you live in. I mean,
Right.
because there's so
No, I
many
agree
states that
with-
are
I-
the blue states that just accepted anything that he said.
I agree with that. It's fucking stupid.
And I
People
think- I
should
mean,
be
it's not
taking
just
Arizona and
Obama.
Texas. They should be taking Arizona and Texas as an example of telling that part of the establishment to go kill themselves.
Yes, it's not even really so much even about Obama, but I mean, you could actually put it to like if Trump gets in there and starts to vote, doing executive orders, same thing. But all the states should stand up for their rights.
Right.
They shouldn't just accept, federal law just because it says federal law.
This is what the president said. So I guess we just should do what they want us to do.
Do what Big Brother tells you to.
Yeah, it's a joke.
It's just, it's a mess. I know Oklahoma did basically tell the federal government to fuck off whenever they talked about the gun control laws.
Yeah.
The executive orders he passed on that, he's like, nah, sorry. Anybody who comes into our state, looking to remove any of these type of handguns, just prepare for your. The police here will actually arrest the federal officers.
Our sheriff here in Arizona did that. He's under investigation right now for some stupid shit, but yeah, he said the same shit that the Texas guy said. He said if you want to bring in your federal agents, I will make sure that our entire state's police force are going to be down the federal government's throat. So that like they were actually looking at starting a war in the state of Arizona. And this was just it's only been within Obama's legislative. Like no other president has ever actually gotten that close to starting a civil war between states. Like that's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
I know. I mean, I know that definitely Oklahoma was part of that. Whenever they talked about the gun control part, they told the federal government will arrest your agents if they come into our state.
Yep. Good, man. I'm like this. I find it funny. I find it funny. They want to pretend like they have all the fucking answers. They want to make sure that you, the individual, need to rely on them for everything. Because what happens if you rely on somebody for too much? You start gaining what? Loyalty, right? You're starting to gain an appreciative response instead of a combative response of wanting to stand on your own 2 feet.
Right.
And that's what they want. That's what they want. That. And these motherfuckers, they're gonna get it. They're going to get it eventually. If not now, if not on our generation, it's gonna happen eventually. It's gotta take years and years of manipulation of new generations to make it go through to where it's a popular thing.
They control the school system, and in the school system, they've actually reworded the Second Amendment. They've actually reworded it to where it says it's the right to bear arms for militias. They never said that they made it to where it sounded like that it was written just for militias, not for the people of the United States being the militia, but yet just for the militia. So they've reworded. They're already starting to teach our young kids the way they want them to grow up and believe, so that way whenever they get older, we get older, they can then turn around and fulfill what they want and take the guns away. Yeah. Because the people will be conditioned by going to school, learning the Second Amendment's not for the freedom of guns, and they'll be like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, it's not even supposed to be there anyway, so why are we even allowing it? So I mean, everybody will do it without question, because they run the media. The liberals run the media. They run the school system, and they pump it into your head. I mean, they pump it. They have created the dumbing of America. And just remember, whoever controls the information, if you are Republican or Democrat or independent, quit watching news channels and taking them for their face value, for their word. These news medias, whether it be Fox News, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS, any of them, they are the ones controlling the narrative. They control what you believe, what you see, what you hear. There's other avenues to find out the truth, and do some research. Question what they're saying every single time they say something, whether it be something good or bad about your candidate that you like, or even just about anything in general. Question it. Go find out. Do some research yourself, because you might be enlightened to find out that they're actually just pumping a narrative down your throat rather than actually telling you the truth.
Yeah. TLDR, just learn how to question authorities.
So, interesting thing, I'm looking at VidStats X for Casey Neistat. I just wanted to see how badly that affected him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as of today, there has still been no deductions whatsoever, according to VidStats X and Social Blade. There's no gap. Now, I've seen one other YouTuber that me and Rambo looked up before, and we couldn't look at their deductions because they found a way out on how to manipulate social tracking. I want to figure that out myself personally, but yeah, dude, the same thing with remember Rambo when we were looking at that a while back?
Oh yeah.
And we were like, where the fuck is this person's deductions from? How come it shows up as 0? But when we looked at it before, it said she had over 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever. It didn't make sense, right? Well, it's the same shit with Casey Neistat. Somehow he managed to fucking, I don't know if he's doing it or if somebody's got his back or something. But there's no gap here whatsoever for deductions.
Mm-hmm.
In the last, and this has been updated today, by the way. So I don't know how that's even possible, because I know of a lot of people that have said fuck Casey Neistat and unsubbed him. So he's making sure that he doesn't show his people losing out. I know it's kind of a stupid thing to be critical about, but when you give the the fucking the perspective here of what's going on, and motherfucker's saying that he was serious and that he was honest
and having a backbone.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That to me is that's fucking deplorable, man. But anyways, what does this have to do with video games? Everything, actually. Everything that we enjoy about video games right now can cease to exist if you allow someone with a communist mindset that is sensitive to language. And guess what happens when you start regulating language? And it doesn't matter if it's 1 word, 2 word, or 3, or 1,000,000. Guess what happens? It continues to go. It never stops. Regulations never stop. Exceptions never stop. Pretty soon your freedom of speech will be fucking gone. And that's what this is all about. Freedom of speech, your guns, freedom to practice whatever religion you choose. If you choose not to have a religion, that's fine too. Pretty much making sure that we're all a bunch of pansies and we have to cater to all those that come to our country. And we have to kiss their ass. So that's what this is all about. And this is why it matters. This affects games. This affects the music industry, the movie industry, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, just look at look at the movies. Like, I mean, like it's already starting with the movies. You're talking Spider-Man, Mary Jane, from the beginning, white girl, red hair, you know, just a normal everyday, you know, white girl or whatever. Well, now the new Spider-Man is going to have that girl off of the Disney Channel. Her name is like Zendaya or something like that. She's the black girl that does
Jones or whatever.
Yeah, she does the where her and her family are spies. It's a very annoying fucking TV show. My kids watch it, but she's going to be Mary Jane. And I'm thinking, how do you change that? But I mean, they're changing it obviously because she's black. I mean, I don't care if the character is black, the character is black. It doesn't matter. But don't change it just because you're filling a social narrative.
Fuck, what was that last movie that did it? Annie?
Yeah, I think so. I think Annie did it too. The change the character to a black person, which, again, it has nothing to do with a black person playing the part. But if it's a historical part for a white person, or the white person's always played it, then you can't change that narrative of the story. I mean, you're telling a whole complete different story at that point, just to fit a social narrative. And that's what's going to happen with video games too. Look how much hate the Deus Ex got for doing All Lives Matter.
Yeah. Yep.
The social constructs come through in our media, whether it be through movies, music, or video games. They come through. And if it's socially unacceptable to have a, you know, white person in there, or even have a socially unacceptable to say certain words, or you know, carry guns or whatever, it's going to be it's going to come down and affect the games and the media that we watch and we take in every day, because those are the things that help control the narrative as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tango, I'm with you 100%. But who do you think's educating your kids, or not your kids, but you know, anybody's kids for that matter? The connection between your children and the public starts off in the education system. So when you say educated, well, you got to remember who the educators are, man. They have to teach whatever the school board tells them to.
Yeah, I mean,
they want. Yeah.
I mean,
But you're right, though. I agree.
Yeah, you'll have parents like me that whenever my kids come home and tell me this, I'll be like, okay, no. Let's go take a look at, you know, what the actual Second Amendment, you know, the actual truth of the matter is, the actual history. But you have so many parents that, I mean, look at the country, how it's divided now. I mean, it's like pretty much half liberals, half, you know, half conservative. Half of them, you know, really don't care about the Second Amendment. Half of them really do care about it. So you're already starting on a 50-50 playing field. If you can just convince those 50% of those kids, of that liberal mindset kids or whatever, to not believe in the Second Amendment, or not believe that it's written the way it's, you know, is actually written, those parents aren't going to do their job to try to change their kid's mind. So it's going to be a 50-50 vote, and all they got to do is just get a couple of them on the Republican side or the conservative side to believe it, and bam, they got themselves a more populist vote to take the guns away without a problem.
Because they believe, exactly, and they believe, liberals, they believe that they should be able to have their kids go outside and do whatever they want. In a perfect society, I would say that's okay. but they believe that if you're outside and there's a kid outside, then that kid is your responsibility. That's what a liberal believes. You should be watching out for everybody else's kid but your own. If your kid's
That's
inside
fucking
the
horrible.
house, if your kid's inside the house, and some your neighbor's kid's outside and you're outside, guess what? Anything that happens to that kid could possibly go on to you, even though you had to go inside because your baby was in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what liberals do. That's what liberals fucking believe in. They like to twist and manipulate and change things to better suit their own lazy fucking needs. Oh
Now,
my god, I'm getting
when it
fucking
comes down to
here.
that parenting type of situation, I was raised in a neighborhood or whatever, like it takes a village to raise a child. Everybody treats everybody's children the same as they would their own. I'm all for that type of parenting, not the it's not my fault, it's your fault when it happens. It's the parent's fault, and then it gets punished by not only the person who found them doing something fucking wrong, but by the parents when they get home as well.
Yeah. See, I'm a little different. There are a lot of people that believe it takes a village, type of or a neighborhood to raise one child. I'm totally against that. If you are a parent, it's your responsibility to raise your child and get involved every which way you can in not only their education, but their life to make sure things are going, the way they should.
Of course, but it's also good to have a trust system with the people who surround you, and also have children, have that type of stuff in order.
I think the statement comes from the fact that, like, if down the street from you, you see a parent is a worthless piece of shit or whatever, and you have the
Yeah.
kid out running around, then you do what your due diligence to try your best to help that kid stay on the right straight and narrow or whatever, rather than venture off into trouble and gangs and everything like that. So I mean, I can understand that portion of it, but I'd be damned if I'm because I'm an active parent. But I'd be damned if I walk out, like, I'm outside and my neighbor starts getting onto my kid. Like, hell no.
Exactly.
Of course, like, don't lay into a child and beat the fuck out of them because they, got stung by a bee or whatever.
No, I don't even want another parent talking to my kid in a negative tone. I mean, I draw the line way before that. That's when I say it doesn't take a village or a neighborhood to raise a kid. I really mean that. It's great to trust your neighbors and that kind of thing, but still.
Now, obviously, if I'm not doing my job or somebody else isn't doing their job, then somebody needs to do it, because the kid doesn't know any better. The kid's not, but at the same time is I mean, if you're really doing your job, as being this whole, I guess, neighborhood parents or whatever, then you would also go down into that parent, that kid's house, and have a talk with the parents too.
Yeah.
Like, look, we got to change some shit here because your kid's getting out of hand.
See, and this is why I respect people that are like-minded. I think I could safely say we're kind of all a little bit of like in the middle of the road. Like, we understand the rules, we understand why they're in place, but we don't go as far as, overstepping our bounds like most liberals do, to ensure that those rules are being followed by even falsifying evidence to make sure that the person's being punished when they didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
And that's what liberals like doing. They like to fucking falsify situations and assume and draw their own precursors as to what happened. As soon as it goes through a court, boom. If you got a liberal judge, guess what? You're not going to have a fair day in court. Your ass is going to jail.
Liberals now, like before, like they've gone so far left that they're not. I wouldn't even consider them liberals anymore. They're almost socialist. It's like it's hard to actually. It's almost like we don't even actually truly have a true conservative party anymore. Because the conservative party, like Paul Rhino, then they seem to like float more towards like kind of liberal ideas, like the middle of the road type thing, whereas the actual liberals went far left and now they're more in the socialist area.
Yeah,
it's that we don't have a middle of the road anymore. We don't have like a true divided nation like that anymore, and that's the bad part, is like we've grown away from that. So the two-party system really isn't effective anymore. We don't actually have a true two-party government.
This is where I kind of wish the Wild West was back around, to, because in the Wild West, I mean, people were like, oh man, that's some fucked up shit to say, but think about it. I mean, they governed themselves, they weeded out the actual wrongdoings. They didn't try to focus on accusing, bullshit. I mean they did, but like not to where it's at now, where you can go in jail, Rambo, if you leave your kid in your house for longer than 5 minutes. It's like, come the fuck on.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of I almost want to go backwards in time just because of the bullshit that's going on now. Fucking assassinate all the idiots before they even happen, so that way we don't have to worry about it.
All right, let's start with hypothetical right now. Then, if you can
hypothetical,
go back,
all right.
With all of your current information that you already know now, what would you change, or what would you help change, or that type of shit?
If we could go back,
yeah, 10 years from now.
10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
with your current knowledge that you already know, right now, all the current scandals, all the information that we know right now, what would you do to help change our future from that?
I don't know if 10 years would even be far enough to go, because, I mean, you're talking about just basically to the beginning of Obama's presidency.
I don't know, man. You could also argue the shit with Panama Papers with all that corruption right there.
I don't even
WikiLeaks.
know.
I'd be the first WikiLeaks motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't even know that I would change anything, because shit is so fucked up now that, like Rambo said, 10 years may not even be far enough. I mean,
10 years is still a long time.
Okay, you know what? I would prevent honestly, I would prevent Benghazi. Seriously, Benghazi.
Mm-hmm.
If I could change anything, I would change that. A lot of people look at that and they're like, dude, that's pretty basic. No, it's not. That's where like a majority of the situation that Hillary's currently in came from. So Benghazi.
I would have probably prevented Iraq.
Iraq would be a good one, yeah.
Because Iraq would have stopped Benghazi as well.
That's a good one. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that would have. You're right. We wouldn't have had ISIS.
Or if we would have had ISIS, they would have been a hell of a lot more manageable.
Or at least, if we could go back further, dude, I'd say don't kill Saddam Hussein.
Yep.
That
was a mistake.
That was a huge mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kill Saddam. Let him keep going.
And definitely don't kill the Libya, Gaddafi or whatever his name was.
Gaddafi,
the Libyan president. Because the person that they put in its place was much worse than him.
That's because our government are idiots, dude. They're fucking morons. They are like literally the Down syndrome leading to fucking Down syndrome.
They want to be the world's police.
Are you talking about the U.S.?
Yeah.
Well, when it comes down to the U.S. being the world's police, I think it's like people see us as the world police. If we do something, people get pissed. If we don't do something, people get pissed.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't fucking
no matter
win.
what. No matter what.
Because we put ourselves in that situation.
Well, that's a situation that we filled. Well, that was a situation, Rambo, that we filled during the First World War. When we sat there and we were helping people and we were trying to back up our allies, that's when it really fucking took off. Because
right, but I mean that was, but I still look at that differently because I mean we were backing up our allies in a huge world war. I mean it was a huge.
Oh, we also funded their campaign. That's
look at what we're doing, like what we did to Iraq, what we did to Kuwait, what we're talking about doing to. We were actually originally talking about doing to Syria. You're basically going in there saying, "Look, I don't like the way you run your government, so we're going to come in with our military, kill all your people, and so we can take over and show you how to do it." And that's not what we did with like World War I. I mean, when World War I, we were actually caring about the actual outcome and making sure that our allies were safe and stuff. This, we're not even worried about our allies. When our allies even say no, we don't like the idea. We're just like, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway because we don't like what they're doing.
Yep.
And that's where we're basically becoming the UN with guns.
We're becoming that shitty neighbor that nobody wants to look at because if they look at them, we're gonna turn around and be like, "What do you want?" And then try to start talking to them when they don't want to talk to us.
Yep.
That's what America's at.
Buckaroo. How are you doing?
America right now is like that kid in the class, like, "Hey, you want some democracy? You got some democracy coming your way, boy."
You got a pretty mouth, boy. Squeeze like
there's actually
pig.
Anonymous. Everybody knows who Anonymous is.
Obviously,
they have
yeah.
they have actually came out and they're helping with the WikiLeaks.
Oh yeah,
And
I mean, who do you think helped us the first time around?
They said, they came out and they basically were saying that we're not Russia. I don't know why they're doing that just in order to throw everybody off to basically end up starting a war with Russia over this to try to hide the information. But they actually have information showing where I guess they're waiting until November 1st because they want to make sure that there's no time for the Democratic Party to replace a candidate. But they actually have a Bill Clinton underage sex tape. They actually have Hillary basically saying that I don't know. There was a bunch of things where she's. They said if you think what has been released so far is bad, it makes everything kind of else look like snowflakes and feathers. As far as like what's coming. And they have the information. They actually have all 33,000 deleted emails.
See,
Speaking of emails,
I disagree with that, Tango. I don't think war with Russia is needed. I don't think that at all. I think quite the opposite.
No, I think we need to get along with Russia.
Fuck, hell yeah.
Why? I mean, why would a war with Russia be needed though? I don't like. What have they done to us? That's what I mean. I always hear people say that we need to go to war with Russia, but why?
Yeah, he's not the first one I've heard that. And
you really have to. You have to have a really strong case to go to war with another superpower.
Exactly.
I mean, you're talking a world war at this point.
Can't fight Russia.
And it better not be another.
It better not because she's a woman.
Another Bush, another George W. Bush standpoint. They got nuclear weapons over there.
Speaking of emails, though, since we're still on the sense of politics, I posted in general. There was another huge leak from all that shit. That Saudi Arabia, Qatar, all that type of shit with
Hillary Clinton email leak. Saudi Arabia and Qatar give ISIS clandestine financial and logistic support.
Yeah, and she's actually taking money from Saudi Arabia and Qatar for her campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So they're funding her and they're funding ISIS. So what does that tell you?
Tells you a lot. Well, the same type of thing. If this leak is to be true, then that means W was helped by Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Dude, he was with fucking douchebag who was originally responsible for the towers, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Tango. You said okay. I get that they're corrupted and they kill their unarmed citizens. That's not our problem. They're already making moves against the U.S. What moves?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. In fact, from what I understand, Trump's little bromance that I had with him this past year has kind of like settled things down, from what I'm to understand. Not made things worse.
I think that if Hillary becomes president, you'll probably get your wish because he does not like Hillary. He's actually talked about making moves against her. So that does actually concern me that if she does go, she does win, that we might see.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Rags, what's going on?
What's up, Sir Rags?
So you finally decided to join us?
Yeah, I did a lot of drinking and I feel like shit. I'm eating a fucking Nutri-Grain soft baked apple cinnamon breakfast bar.
Yo, that sounds delicious.
It is pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, there was actually a video that came out either today or yesterday or whatever that was been tweeted out. That one of Hillary Clinton campaign people or whatever, they're like one of her top campaign people. They were all out to lunch, and he's caught on private video basically saying, "They're not going to fire me. I basically have to grab Emma's ass twice before they'd ever even say anything to me." And I'm like going, "Oh wow! So wait a minute, we're going to complain about Trump saying this shit, but yeah, if a person in your campaign is actually bragging about sexual harassment, what are we going to do about this?"
Ha ha!
Well, I'm posted in general chat here. Sargon did a video today, Hillary must lose. And basically, he runs over the reasons why she can't win, why it would be horrible and awful if she won the election. And he starts off by saying Hillary must lose for the sake of the Republic.
I was wondering if they were actually going him or Sue on the Head or any of them people were actually going to respond to Casey Neistat.
I heard that name. Somebody.
Casey Neistat shit. Did you hear about that yet, Rags? Yeah.
Sort of. I don't know who he is, but apparently he's for Hillary.
Oh, not only is he for Hillary, but they're evidently buddies.
But yeah, and he's also demanding other YouTubers, other large YouTubers, come out and support Hillary. And if you don't, he's actually calling upon the viewers of his viewers and the other channels' viewers to harass that YouTuber until they come out in support for Hillary.
Well, the top comment is super creepy Hillary shill. The second comment is, Casey, you fucked up. Stay away from politics and definitely stay away from a murderous, big bank living, rape enabling, tax evading, frog human hybrid.
Yeah, that's actually after a while of comments, because in the very
ago. These were
in the very beginning.
55 minutes ago.
In the very beginning, whenever he first posted it, everybody was actually commenting on it, and he was actually deleting anybody's comments that were for Trump.
Yep, I got my shit got deleted. I was one of the first out of the first 1,000, and I went back to check on it because somebody on Twitter had said that he's been deleting comments, and I was like, no, he hasn't. So I went back, and my shit's gone. I'm like, motherfucker, I can't believe that shit. I didn't think he was like that.
Apparently, once it was known that he was deleting comments, and the video was out, I think the troops went in there and basically started commenting like crazy to where he couldn't keep up with deleting comments.
Yeah, it looks like he can't anymore because pretty much all the top comments are calling him out.
Just give the old Leafy approach and blacklist words. Can't comment no chin or iDubbbz.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Jack. James Comey is actually requesting immunity from Congress?
Wait, what happened? Really?
I guess the person who actually investigated, the head of the FBI that's actually investigated Hillary Clinton, apparently now has actually come out and asked for a blanket immunity deal from Congress so that way he can maybe speak freely on what's going on. That's interesting because they brought up the fact that they gave a lot of Hillary Clinton staffers immunity just to get their computer.
Oh hell yeah!
But if you have nothing to hide, then why are you asking for immunity?
Yeah, it's like you're getting immunity, and you're getting immunity, and everybody's getting immunity. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing was actually handled mishandled from the very beginning. So I mean, I'm just glad that we actually have people like Anonymous and WikiLeaks or whatever that actually will die for the truth, whether it be against Hillary or Donald Trump, whatever the case may be. I just find what's funny is that that there's people working around the clock looking for dirt on Donald Trump.
All right, so let's talk about the fact check. Now you hear her say fact check, right?
Oh yeah, HillaryClinton.com.
Okay, so fact check, you guys. This is my issue with people using the word fact check. It doesn't really seem like they know what they're talking about. You look up anything about Hillary Clinton, and you can see paper trails, literal documents with her fucking signature all over them, tracing back to the early 90s. Okay, this goes back further than that, but that's just an example. All right, we sit there, and I see debates going on YouTube where a Democrat or a liberal tard will sit there and say, "Well, you guys need to go to PolitiFacts." If you guys don't know does anybody here know what PolitiFacts are? It's supposed to be a neutral site. Yeah. Okay, so it's supposed to be a neutral site that supposedly fact checks. Now, let me give you a little example of to what PolitiFacts and what they consider fact checking. Oh, well, we reached out to the correspondent and we didn't get a comment. That is their fucking fact checking. That is what people will consider fact checking now. Now, granted, they do go after both candidates, and I'm appreciative for that, very much so. But when you're called PolitiFact, and I see a diatribe written down of your personal opinion, and then you have the hot seat pants signal to either Hillary or Trump, then I have to wonder, where were the facts if it's all based on your own fucking opinion? That is not fact. That is your opinion.
There's actually no way of actually truly fact checking unless there's video evidence or actual voting evidence.
Incredibly biased. You cannot trust the mainstream media. I mean, it's been said so much at this point, it's practically a meme. But you honestly cannot trust the mainstream media when they talk about Trump and Hillary. You absolutely cannot do it. It is a shocker that Hillary is not in jail. It is a shocker that she has a political career at all after the things that she's said and done. It is legitimately shocking to me how we have a political system where somebody who is as criminal and anti-democratic as Hillary Clinton still has a job, period, and is not behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other person in America that would actually have gotten away with what she's done. I mean, you're just talking about like somebody in the military that actually just has just a portion of her classified information. If they even begin to talk about it to anybody else, they're court-martialed. They're actually put in the brig. They're imprisoned, if not killed. But yet she leaks all this classified information that's way above anybody else's pay grade, and she's running for president somehow.
It's crazy to me when, like I said before, like, we get into these debates with people online, like Facebook, Twitter, social media in general, and you post up facts. You don't post up your opinion. You don't post up anything like that. And these people will tuck tail and hide after you call them out and after you prove them wrong. This is a huge, huge thing this generation for this sham of a fucking election, if you want to call it that. And this woman has been investigated so much, and she's got paper trails leading back to her old job was what she used to do when she inflated the land price. You guys remember that scandal, right?
Yep.
I mean, and she's still walking around. I mean, a judge literally was on the verge of slamming the fucking cuffs on her, and before he could, a lawyer pulls some fucking loopholes out of his ass to protect her. That to me is, I mean, really? Like, where's that lawyer at when, say, I want to go out and do the same thing that she does? You know what I mean? Where's that equal opportunity for me? There isn't.
No, there's not going to be.
We don't make millions of dollars. We're not politicians. We don't run for office. We're not running parts of Congress. We're not running community-led charity events that can donate to either a Republican or a Democrat that's head of office. We don't do any of that stuff because we know better. But then you see people that do stuff like that are trying to play by the rules, and guess what? They're fucking dead. Or they're behind bars. Or looking into Clinton's own personal shit, like her own daughter, she was willing to throw her daughter in jail. I mean, what the actual fuck is wrong with people who defend her? I don't fucking get it.
I didn't know she was willing to
say
throw
this about
Chelsea in jail.
Dude, her daughter started up her own investigation.
Oh, that's fun.
It's at this point in the election where I would literally vote for a random person someone pulls off the street. Because I'm going to bank on the idea. I'm serious. I mean that with every bit of earnest in my heart. I mean, if you pull a random person that you pull off the street, I would vote for them before Hillary. Because I'm going to go under the assumption that the average human being has the kind of decency to not do the things that she does. And I'm going to assume that the average human being doesn't have in their heart the capacity to do the level of evils that she's done.
Yeah.
I mean, if
an
average person would probably not accept money from ISIS. Okay. And that's not a hyperbole. I'm not trying to be shocking, but an average person would not accept money not from ISIS, from people who both donate to ISIS and to the Clinton Foundation. An average human being would probably not support the rigging of elections in their favor, like what happened to Bernie. If you're a Bernie supporter and you're voting for Hillary, then you're voting for the candidate who ensured, and you're voting for the DNC that ensured that Bernie could not win. They doomed him from the start. So if you're out there and you're voting for Bernie, or if you were voting for Bernie, and you're siding with him, even though he threw in his lot with Hillary, the person who rigged the system against him, then, I mean, well, there you go. I don't know how you can, but there you go. If you vote for Hillary, you're talking about somebody who covers up the rape allegations of her husband, who demonizes the victims and destroys them. You're voting for someone who is, at their core, bad for the republic. And you can talk about, oh, Trump said this on a bus 11 years ago, or Trump doesn't like women or something like that. Well, what does that do to the people, like what Trump said on that? But first off, if that affects you in an election, you're fucking insane. And what does that, who got hurt when he was on that bus? Who got hurt when he was talking to one of his jock friends in private? Nobody was hurt by that. Do you think it's disgusting? Yeah, you could think it's disgusting. You could pretend that you haven't said things like that yourself. You could probably convince yourself that you've never done anything like that yourself. Maybe If you tell yourself that lie hard enough, you will start to believe it. But who got hurt by it? The number of people that Trump has actually hurt by saying stuff like that is zero. And you talk about how bad he is towards women. Well, hell, if I was a woman and Donald Trump liked me, I would have an excellent job, and I would be incredibly privileged, and I would be wearing the best clothes. And you could say what that means about objectification, this and that. At the end of the day, it's the best thing in the world if you're a woman for Donald Trump to like you, because good things happen to you. So not only by saying this stuff do bad things not happen to you, good things happen to you. So his rhetoric doesn't hurt anybody. But I mean, in fact, what Trump wants to do with things like carried interest and stuff for corporations and businesses, that's going to hurt him. He is going to do things with money that are going to hurt him. He's going to make less money because of this. People say he's doing it for the money. Well, he's losing a shit ton of money because he's trying to run for president and not run businesses. He is actually creating policies that would make him lose money. And Hillary made fun of him for doing something like that. Hillary would make fun of him for being, rich and all that, for taking advantage legally taking advantage of the tax code so he wouldn't have to pay taxes. And she's been in politics for 30 years now, and how come it never got changed?
But the thing is,
if she hates it so much, she was in politics for 30 years, and it never got changed. She never.
Way too long.
On that note, on the tax note, she actually the same deduction that was released for 1995 for Trump, where he took almost $1 billion loss. I think it was 10 years later. Hillary Clinton has actually shown to take a $674 million loss in the exact same category. She's actually using the exact same loophole that he did.
Not to mention, Trump, at the very beginning of this and in the middle of this, has already stated, if he gets his presidency, we are not paying him. He said that shit. He said that on national television. If I become president, I'll do this for free. So when people sit there and say he's doing this for the money,
that's a fact.
that is dude. You can look up the clip yourself. It's on YouTube. Look up Trump for president for free.
Then
it's on
this
video.
May be the first time I vote.
Yeah, Donald Trump says he would take a $1 presidential salary.
Well, shit. Then
The man's already,
I think I need to go register. That is amazing.
He runs a business for a fucking living. I think he's fine for money anyways.
Oh, that's what he said. He even just said that. He's all, I got all this money. I have all these businesses. Why do I need the taxpayers' money for?
I liked in the debate. He actually looked at Hillary and said, he's talked about how he's by the end of this, he's actually funded $100 million of his own money to his campaign. And he looked at Hillary and he's like, you make about $250 million a year. He said, why don't you take some just 30, 40, 20, any of your money and actually put it towards your campaign? He said that would go a long way with the American people, just being able to see that you actually care about your campaign enough that you'd actually donate your own money to it. He said, but you're taking so much money from big businesses, you don't even have to worry about your money for your campaign.
She never answered it either.
No.
He actually flip-flopped on that. He said he wouldn't take a single dollar, but he flip-flopped and said he will charge a $1 nominal fee.
Let's do $1.
A fucking dollar.
$1. Yep, $1. So he just they're just giving up 399,999.
Yeah, he's giving up a lot of money by doing that.
The Thug Life video for Trump is hilarious. There's like tons of those going around right now. Oh, I needed that laugh. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I really hope that people do go out and vote, and I'm not going to tell you to go vote for Trump, and I'm not going to tell you to go vote for Hillary.
Oh, no.
Vote with what you feel is right. Don't vote because we're talking.
But if you feel Hillary is right, you have serious issues you need to work out, and I'm serious about that.
Vote for Hillary. That's what
I'm serious.
Well, okay, he's saying that. I am not.
Vote for the candidate who is the least damaging to your political system and to the republic in which you live.
Yeah. I also kind of look at this whole thing as like people. I think voting when it comes to like these sort of situations, I think more and more people should try to be more immersed into this than normal. Like I believe now that I've gotten older and I'm starting to get into it really hardcore, like I think more people should do it actually, and I finally understand what my family was saying when I was younger, like. You should really look into this stuff. And now that I have, I'm like, you know what? They were right. Like, everybody should. You should be taught politics literally, like, in high school. Not just government and financial number crunching. No, I'm talking about political stances and what they all mean. Because I wasn't taught that shit in high school. I had to learn this shit on my own. I had to learn as to what I should care about when it came to certain bills being pushed. I had to look that shit up myself. So
schools don't teach you.
I know they don't, and they don't do it on purpose too.
They don't. Yeah, they don't want you to know. They don't want an educated America.
No, an educated America wouldn't allow teachers to get away with the stupid shit that they're teaching them now.
No.
J-Tech TV. Oh God.
A megalomaniac who's driven by nothing but ego, Casey says, and Hillary's not.
No,
sorry, Hillary's doing this for everybody's good. Who has she helped? Seriously, who has she helped? Or has she just been feeding people lies? She just been feeding people lies for 30 years? I mean, why? Like, why? How are blacks better off because of Hillary Clinton? How are minorities better off because of this Democrat?
Right.
And that's who their demographic is.
Yeah, I mean, we know
minorities.
we know that the DNC is bussing people around from poll site to poll site. They're going into minority neighborhoods, piling people on buses, getting them to go here, getting them to go there, so things look great and hunky dory for everybody. But I mean, what has she done for minorities? What has she done for you? What is she going to do for you? You seriously ask yourself that question. I know what she's gonna do for my parents.
Oh,
or what Trump is going to do for my parents. I know.
But don't you know contraceptive is the best thing ever? Oh, yeah. I mean, out of all the best things in this world that people talk about are two things that she's done. Healthcare for children, which I agree with. Good for her. That's one. The second thing is contraceptives for women. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? We couldn't have just passed a fucking bill to make sure women were treated better? You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to open up Planned Parenthood. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's auction off baby parts.
Condoms.
Let's fucking kill let's kill babies and sell them off for parts.
I thought you were just about to say kill off abortion. And
no. And a lot of people were saying that wasn't fact either, even though there's hidden cameras.
Yeah, no, that whole contraceptive thing is kind of a fucking hoax too, because I know someone that's got an IUD and had to pay $1,000 for it. So how is that fucking covering it?
I don't know why we're paying for anyone's contraceptives. Some fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I'm more than willing to pay for my lady's contraceptives, though.
No,
I'm not willing to pay for your lady's contraceptives.
I mean, come on, guys! Don't we not have Ziploc baggies? I mean, come on.
I was like, if you're paying for your own
a Walmart bag works.
I mean, you're talking about like the nation paying for other people's
if you're having sex and making babies and you can't even afford the means to prevent those babies, you are
Why are you having
in a
sex?
financial position where you need to be having sex.
Pull out game too strong. That's all I gotta say.
Pull and pray, my friend. Pull and pray. The Catholic method.
It's oh my goodness. Anyways, Rags, anything else you wanted to talk about since you managed to grace us with your presence? So you drank too much. What happened? Like, what was the drinks? Did you mix?
No, white wine, Sauvignon Blanc, lots of it.
You intellectual fuck.
I have a friend I work with. It was his birthday, and so one of so we a bunch of people went out to the Soulfish Cafe. It was fantastic. It's very clean, very sterile sort of place. And we just ate and drank and had a merry old time.
See,
I was at 6:30, and it's hitting me now. Oh boy!
see, I've been coasting for the past 5 hours. I am like a mix of high as shit and tired as shit. Because I've been up since 6 in the morning today. It's now 11:28 at night. I got to hear about contraceptives for like the past... I don't even know anymore. I've lost count of time. I think it's like 10 minutes, but it could be a lot fucking less than that.
It ain't even a weeknight. It's a week. I mean, it is a weeknight. It's not even a weekend night.
Hey man, it's my Friday.
Yeah, it's my Saturday.
Fuck yeah, man.
Man. So, is there anything that you guys want to talk about, or did you want to wrap this up?
I'm good.
I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of like big things going on lately, other than like the whole political scene.
Basically the election has kind of taken over.
Well, the election and Casey Neistat.
yeah.
A good thing that's happened for the past couple days now, I guess, is the Overwatch Halloween stuff, which is very, very fucking great.
I got my skins. I got my Reinhardt skin last night. Oh,
I got everything awesome. Mercy related. I'm so fucking happy.
How did you get everything Mercy related already?
I got 3,000 coins. I pulled 50 cases, and
Holy
I got
shit.
enough.
How much did you spend on that?
$40.
Yeah, $40.
Damn.
I got 3,000 tokens, so I was fine. No matter what, if I didn't get her skin, at least I'd be fine. I pulled her emote. I pulled her, what do you call it? The pose for when you win. All that type of shit. The only thing that I did not get was Mercy's skin.
Oh.
I was so upset that I decided, fuck it, I'll pour in all my coins on this shit. That I was fine, and now I have the perfect shit. I pulled all of the rarest skins multiple times before I even got anything else.
So you got some pretty good gold out of that then for your duplicates then, right?
Yeah, I got
500?
200 each, because a bunch of the skins were yellow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I got 3 Frankenhogs. I got 4 Junkensteins. I got a couple Tombstone, what's his name?
Bastion.
Yes, a couple Tombstone Bastions. I have almost all of the gravestones. I think I'm only missing, like, Reaper. No, actually, no, I have Reaper. I don't know who I'm missing, but I know I'm missing at least 2. I absolutely love the Hanzo emote, though. And I really want Hanzo's Halloween skin. He's the only one I don't have. The one skin out of the Halloween batch that I dislike in general is Soldier 76's.
What? By the way, where did Trump sexually assault anybody?
Oh yeah,
he didn't.
Okay,
what is this about? Because Casey, you're saying he brags about sexually assaulting women. How is any of this sexually? How is any of this sexual assault?
Fisting a woman.
Apparently,
it's not a joke.
Just from like what like him joking, him talking like that was the sexual assaults. Like, and it was like that's not sexual assault.
You
It's
keep
crazy
using that
how
word,
people
but I don't
ex-
think you know what it means.
Clearly, I don't understand how that's sexual assault.
But not
Shames others for the way they look. You should. If people are fat and ugly and stupid looking, then you should tell them that so they can better themselves. Like your face looked like you headbutted a belt sander, Casey. What the fuck happened to your face? Fix that. You have the money.
Yo, he looks like he was the original Geico insurance guy, the caveman.
It does kind of. Just shave the beard and there you go.
I am gonna be honest with you. Like this is the one kind of thing I don't really like about his. I mean, this kind of sounds like a superficial thing, but I've seen tweakers with that look. Like his face, like where his face is sucked up. Like if you look at the older videos with him in it, like he doesn't look like that. Right now with him in it, he looks. I don't know. Like
Well, he said he was voting for Hillary Clinton. Look what the dark side did to Emperor Palpatine.
right.
You do it. Vote Hillary. Do it.
It's like he's trying to talk about how Hillary is morally superior to Trump. It's like how could you possibly make the claim that she is morally superior to Donald Trump?
You know, she has a vagina. Don't question her.
I'm not saying Trump's necessarily a great guy, but holy shit. Like when you know that someone who's giving you money, you know that the Saudi Arabian government and all this stuff is giving you money, they're also giving ISIS money. And you're still saying, oh, well, we better keep the gravy train rolling. We don't want to, call them out or anything on it. Yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit. And I hope you die.
Faggot.
And like Trump is the only one that has pointed out the very obvious thing that a lot of us already have is why the fuck are you going to go on national television telling people about your attack? Why would you do that? That is the dumbest
Some people
fucking...
are stupid.
It's the retard... And Trump was right about that. He's all, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and talk about going to war with somebody on national television.
In 3 weeks.
Before it happens. Because that makes all the fucking sense.
You gotta play fair in a game of war.
Like, Game of War, you don't say it's coming. Like, fucking idiot.
Hey guys, tuck yourselves in at night properly, so that we can come and attack you. Make sure you're ready.
Yeah, guys, we're leaving at this date, by the way. We're all going to leave at this
We'll be
date,
there about 4:30 p.m.
Mark your calendars.
The one exception to that rule would be Hiroshima. Because on Hiroshima, they did drop pamphlets like 2 days before saying that if you weren't part of the war, to leave the country because the country would be no more. And then 2 days later, we dropped the nuclear bomb. So, I mean, there's, I guess, an exception to that rule, but not whenever you're actually going to, you can covertly go in there and kill the people that you're wanting to kill, or even capture them.
A lot of people. I mean, she's the one who was asking if we could drone strike Julian Assange, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she was joking.
Oh, yeah, she was joking. It was a joke.
Oh, it was a joke. It was supposed to be a ha-ha, funny.
It's just a prank, bro. Stop being such a faggot.
But killing, joking to kill somebody isn't near as bad as, like, joking to grab somebody's genitals.
Cooter.
I mean, we could joke about melting somebody and killing hundreds of thousands of people, but God forbid if you have locker room talk and you talk about grabbing pussy. Oh my God, don't do that. It is a bad thing, people. It's terrible.
You're triggering me.
Am I triggering you?
You're triggering me.
When people say I'm fully aware of all the criticism against Hillary Clinton and they still vote for her, you're morally fucking corrupt if you're still voting for her and you're aware of all the criticism.
Socialist pigs.
I mean, you're a morally bankrupt human being if you'd still make her the most powerful person in the world, knowing the things she's done.
I can't.
Yep.
I still can't. I mean,
it is insane. It is insane how she's actually running for president.
How much money, Rambo, did her Clinton Foundation actually go to Haiti? It was like 6%, right?
I think
When
that sounds about right.
They raised millions upon millions of dollars for Haiti, and 6% managed to fucking make it over there. Are you fucking kidding me? But no, she's a great person, great humanitarian, loves the world, obviously, especially when you guys are paying for a crisis. And she felt the need to actually spend it on Bill. But hey, whatever. Not a big deal. They got 6%. That's all they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Clinton Foundation was supposed to help Haiti rebuild after the devastating earthquake in 2011. 6 years later, they don't have much to show for it, but they do have a new luxury hotel.
Fun fact said only 6 houses were built in Haiti. Yeah, that's fucked up, bro.
And USAID report fewer than 1,500 homes have been built in the last 6 years.
That's sad because we can get 1,500 HUD homes here built in 1 year.
Yep. We could do it in 1 year, and we could do it almost all at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the amazing part. I've seen HUD houses built in Arizona quite literally in less than a month. So
you can't get 1,500 in how many years in Haiti? Quite a bit.
I mean, the damage is still pretty bad over there.
That's what happens when you live in a tropical area. You're bound to get hit with all types of fucking things all the
time. Taylor. He says, Hillary 2016, I believe her past should not reflect her future. Oh, my God. All right, so I think we pretty much covered it all. I'm going to make sure I remember to do this time, unless there is anything else you guys want to talk about. Wrong name, please shout out your channel and let these people know what you're about.
Don't really do a YouTube channel type of thing, but you
really?
can yeah, man, I'm more of a helping content type of thing. My personality can't shine on its own. What do you fucking think? Fuck, I'm high as shit half the time. You think that I can actually, like, run a channel? You kidding me? I'm also on Twitch, though. I just bullshit around all day. My stream is literally just called Watch Me Play Games Shittily all the time. And then you're fine on that. My username on both of those are on Twitch, it's wrong username V2. And on Twitter, it's at KHVillager. And that's really the only thing I could do to whore myself out there.
He enjoys dick pics, so make sure you tweet him out your biggest penis picture that you can ever find.
Yeah, dude.
He loves dick pics. Loves them.
Yeah, man.
I'm so fucked up right now, I wouldn't even suck a dick.
Wow.
What if Remo was to pop one out?
I was asleep. I set my alarm for like 11:30, and I think I don't know what I did, if it went off at all. I woke up because the headache, and they're doing I looked over at the computer screen and I saw people were in this room, and I was like, how come everybody's in this room on Discord and it's like 1 a.m? Why aren't these kids in bed? Don't they have school tomorrow?
Like, you're like, oh
yeah, that's right. They're doing a podcast. Let me go.
Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. We figured something was up, but it's all good. Shader, anything down the pipeline on your channel?
I just uploaded a video this morning about Broketober. I do a video on Broketober every year because October is a massive month for games. Obviously, you guys know that. You're listening to this podcast.
Oh, wait. Let me jump in really quick. Who said Casey Neistat looked like the Geico caveman?
Me.
Literally, the second comment on Boogie's video about Casey Neistat, the second comment is Casey Neistat is a caveman.
That's fucking great.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I have the Broketober video that was just uploaded like 12 hours ago. And I'm going to be doing some Halloween-themed videos, particularly on slasher movies and my favorite TV show, Scream, which airs next week at an 1.5-hour special. It's going to be amazing, so look for those.
All right, what about you, Rags? Anything?
When you go out and vote for the candidate who is the least harm to the constitutional republic which you live. I'm very, very serious. You need make sure that you vote for someone who upholds the democracy. And Hillary is not that candidate. Above all else, you have to ensure that your democracy continues to function and is as uncorrupt as possible. And she is literally the most corrupt human being I can think of ever in history. So go out there and make your choice. But if you vote for Hillary Clinton, you're a fuck up. So
Fair
there
enough.
you
Fair
Can
enough.
I give some health advice?
Sure.
Drink lots of water.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh fuck yeah! But like,
Smoke
if
weed
you're a
every
dude
day.
and if you piss on a pregnancy test, and it comes out you are pregnant, get your nuts checked. Go talk to your doctor because that's cancer, buddy.
Oh, and if you tell me your eyes can't see past 60 frames per second, seriously go see a doctor because there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Okay, Rambo, anything coming up your way?
I don't have anything planned. I'm researching a little bit more about this Casey Neistat. I'm thinking of possibly seeing about doing a response, but I just got to make sure I have all the facts in order before I lay out against a YouTuber like that.
All right, fair enough. I might be
I
doing
was
one on my
expecting
vlogging
some health
channel as
advice.
well. My health advice is don't do what Rags does when you suck dick. Make sure
Swallow
you
like a gentleman.
swallow. Make sure you swallow. It's only polite. Rags has this bad tendency where he feels like he wants to kiss the guy afterwards. I don't know why. It's a little strange, but whatever.
It's about to be dinner, that's why.